This is ABC15 Arizona.
A local Marine missing for 6 months, but overnight, a big break in the case.
And another person carrying the coronavirus is confirmed in the U.S. How close the patient is to us here in Arizona.
It is known as the greatest show on grass, kicking off in Scottsdale tomorrow, and you can get in free. We'll tell you when. That's coming up this morning. Sure, a lot of visitors are already making their way to the Valley of the Sun, so we welcome all of you for ABC 15 Mornings. I'm Nohelani Graff.
And I'm Megan Thompson, and if you're coming from out of town and joining us for the first time this morning, welcome to the most beautiful time of year, why we all live here and why we brag all the time about why we do choose to live in Arizona. We have beautiful conditions for us today.
Which is so nice. We've had years where it has been a washout at the Phoenix Open,
Absolutely.
and you're saying that is not going to be the case starting today on.
Today on is going to be gorgeous. That 7 days looking really, really nice, so get ready for that. But here are the current temperatures right now for you if you have plans to step outside your door and maybe go for a walk with the dog or maybe get a hike in, maybe early. 48 degrees right now in Tempe, 46 degrees in Peoria. Wickenburg, you just switched up to 43 degrees right now. 51 in Fountain Hills, you're our warmest spot, and 43 degrees right now in Santan Valley. As I take you statewide, here is what you'll feel if you step outside the door in Flagstaff. 25 degrees, 30 in Winslow, 23 degrees right now in Heber, 45 degrees in Quartzsite, 43 in Gila Bend, and 32 degrees right now in Prescott. So we do have some changes in that 7 day, especially for the high country. A storm system coming your way, and will those clouds stick around for us? I'm going to break that all down in that full, most accurate forecast. No, hey.
All right, thanks, Megan. First for you this morning, we've got an update to a story that we have been following for months. Scottsdale police say the vehicle belonging to this Marine who has been missing since August has been found. The car believed to have been located in San Carlos, just west of Globe. No word, though, if Jesse Conger has also been found. He was last seen leaving an apartment in Scottsdale and then disappeared without a word to anyone. We do know that Conger was due in court for a domestic violence incident in Utah just 2 weeks after he went missing. To Anthem now, where 2 people were found dead yesterday morning in a retirement community near Anthem Way on the I-17. The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office unable to tell us at this point much about what happened, but they do say this was a shooting and there are no outstanding suspects.
New information about the woman who caused chaos inside Sky Harbor's Terminal 4 on Friday. A plane evacuated. The bomb squad called in after a passenger lost her cool. ABC 15's Adam Waltz learning more about the woman police say is responsible for it all.
She's kind-hearted and sweet, and I just don't know what could have happened.
Kind words from the renter of a Valley woman who held up Sky Harbor Friday.
But I don't see her ever being a malicious, mean person.
Hope Weber was arrested at Terminal 4 after allegedly making a false terrorism report. Phoenix police slapping her with a Class 1 misdemeanor and a Class 3 felony. Her renter, Jessica Bornstein, saying this is way out of character for Weber, who Bornstein said recently lost her mom.
When her mom was alive, we would go over to the home she was at. Hope was always there, and we would do her nails and her toenails and just hang out with her.
Bornstein hopes people get to know who Weber is outside of her mugshot.
She's a cat mom who pays for really expensive surgeries for her cat. So, I mean, that's a sweet person.
That was Adam Waltz reporting for us, learning more about this incident. Weber was released on bail just yesterday.
A third case of the coronavirus was just discovered in the U.S. That's according to the CDC, and they say the patient is in Southern California. That person traveled from Wuhan, China recently. Right now, they are in isolation and said to be in good condition, according to doctors. The fast-moving virus, though, does continue to spread worldwide. Canada also now reporting a case overnight, saying that man in his 50s also traveled to China recently. So far, the virus has killed 56 people overseas. Following the American drone strike that killed the top Iranian general, the country's foreign minister says Iran is not ruling out negotiating a nuclear deal with the U.S. But there is a catch. The foreign minister says the U.S. must first lift its economic sanctions against Iran. President Donald Trump tweeted in response to the remarks saying, "No thanks."
And we have some new information to bring you this morning as well. The U.S. Defense Department says a 22-year-old soldier was killed after a rollover crash in Syria on Friday. Specialist Antonio Moore was from North Carolina. He was conducting a route clearing operation when it happened. The incident is under investigation. Now, the impeachment trial is expected to pick back up tomorrow after the president's defense team held its opening arguments on Saturday. The oral arguments lasting just about 2 hours.
But the statements took a turn when his defense team went on the offense. ABC's Kyra Phillips is on Capitol Hill with more.
President Trump's legal team didn't even warm up, opening their defense straight to the point.
You will find that the president did absolutely nothing wrong.
Even getting personal, attacking lead House manager Adam Schiff, going after his summary of the president's phone call with Ukrainian President Zelensky at the center of it all.
This is the essence of what the president communicates. I want you to make up dirt on my political opponent, understand lots of it.
That's fake. That's not the real call.
In their 2-hour presentation, the president's lawyers repeatedly discrediting the Democrats' evidence that President Trump pressured Ukraine to investigate his political rivals by withholding military aid.
Most of the Democrats' witnesses have never spoken to the president at all, let alone about Ukraine security assistance.
President Trump blasting the, quote, totally partisan impeachment hoax, while his defense team suggested the Democrats are using the trial to influence the election.
They're asking you to tear up all of the ballots across this country.
Some Republican senators saying the defense's case is off to a good start.
Their team entirely shredded the case that has been presented by the House managers.
The question of whether the Senate will compel witnesses and documents the president has blocked is still not resolved, but the Republican-controlled chamber appeared unmoved.
They want this to be the first impeachment case in history without a single witness.
This is the furthest Mitt Romney has gone, saying now it's very likely he will be in favor of witnesses in the Senate trial. But remember, Democrats will need at least 4 Republican senators to vote in favor of calling witnesses. And right now, even with Mitt Romney, it's far from clear that they have enough support for witnesses when that is put to a vote next week. Kyra Phillips, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home now, Governor Doug Ducey spending yesterday at the annual meeting of the state Republican Party committee. At that meeting, he found himself heckled by pro-gun rights protesters. According to KJZZ, the demonstrators started chanting "No red flags" when the governor began to speak. Ducey reportedly told them, quote, Arizona is the #1 pro-Second Amendment state in the nation, and that's not going to change. Last year, Ducey called on state lawmakers to pass red flag laws in the wake of the shootings in El Paso and Dayton, but there wasn't enough support.
Today, some candidates for Maricopa County Sheriff are participating in an anti-Pro Bowl event called the Tail Wagon Tailgate. It's in response to Michael Vick becoming the honorary captain of this year's Pro Bowl. Former County Sheriff Joe Arpaio and his opponent and former Chief of Staff Jerry Sheridan are going to be on hand to speak. They'll also be taking questions. The event is free and open to the public, and the event location is up on your screen. We want to give you a live look from our ADOT cameras this morning. You're taking a look at the I-17 near Happy Valley Road. The northbound lanes of the 17 are expected to be closed until 9 o'clock this morning, but taking a look, and it seems that everything is moving along. So they're supposed to be doing bridge work in the area, but I think they might have opened early. It's possible, but we're going to check on it. If you do have to detour, it's going to take you on to Pinnacle Peak Road.
This week, the Waste Management Phoenix Open gets underway, and on Monday and Tuesday, you can get in for free. It's part of Ford Free Days. Tomorrow's schedule includes practice rounds by PGA Tour players and the Coors Light Pro-Am. The Phoenix Open runs through February 2nd. Tickets after Tuesday start at $45. We know this is the greatest show on grass. This is what everyone wants to come out for and be a part of. it's huge for us here.
It really is. And even the first days are a lot of fun because that's when you see a lot of the celebrity players. We see a lot of our Cardinals players getting on the green as well. I believe Michael Phelps is going to be taking place this year. So it's really good people watching ahead of the really good people watching next weekend.
Exactly. And the weather is looking beautiful. But let's start with today because we're about to wrap up your weekend for you. And it's a gorgeous day as well. 50 degrees right now. You may see a little bit more clouds out there as well, just like you saw yesterday afternoon. They're going to clear out as well for you. Wind about 8 miles per hour right now, so you may feel a breeze or two, but the breeze is actually going to come more tomorrow as well. As I show you clouds and radar, you can see those clouds sticking around through most of the state before moving on out. But as I take you through Futurecast coming in that full most accurate forecast, you're going to see some rain and snow popping up in the high country. I'm going to go through the timing of that and what that means to our temperatures here in the valley in that 7-day coming up.
Also ahead, a new bill introduced in the House is mapping out plans to get people back to the moon and even to Mars.
Do you fly with an emotional support dog? Have you ever sat near one? Coming up, Joe lets you know how you can voice your opinion right now on which animals should be allowed on flights. This is a live look for you from the I-10 at 7th Street as well. You can see those beautiful clear skies behind the skyline there. We'll have that full most accurate forecast coming up, plus more news for you.
Have some new video we want to share with you that are showing the miracle rescues that are taking place in Turkey following that powerful earthquake. Women and children pulled from the rubble after being trapped for nearly 17 hours. You can see one of those sweet babies right there. The death toll following that 6.7 quake continues to rise, though, and the damage has left thousands of people homeless. It's absolutely devastating, but at least that gives you some hope that they're getting to some people. Now, Turkey does frequently suffer quakes as it sits on a fault line, but this was especially powerful. More than 200 aftershocks were felt, some as far away as Iran and Syria. Bringing it closer to home now in Texas, where home and business owners are seeking compensation following that massive explosion last week at a manufacturing plant. That explosion killed 2 people, but left hundreds of homes with all kinds of damage. An investigation into what caused the blast is underway, but it could take months.
To the moon and Mars. A bill introduced by the House Science Committee last week seeks to alter NASA's plans to return humans to the moon. But not only that, get that, humans to Mars as well. The new plans aim to get a crewed mission to the lunar surface by 2028 and then a crew to orbit Mars by the year 2033. How interesting is that? Would you take a ride to Mars, Noelani?
I feel like I need somebody else to do it first. Yep. Yes. I need to see a couple of successful runs. And then, I mean, what amazing thing that would be to see, see Earth, see other planets from that view that we otherwise only get to see on video. I mean, it would be a marvel.
It'd be unbelievable to see. Maybe we could see some of that video and pictures and enjoy it from Earth for now. As I bring it back a little closer to home as we turn now to that most accurate forecast. Definitely a beautiful day on tap for you. Definitely something we've been enjoying for the last several days. And I know everyone's looking ahead to the Waste Management Open, as well as the start to your work week. We'll get into that. But it's looking absolutely gorgeous for you. So take a live look outside from Phoenix right now. 50 degrees is the temperature that you're going to feel when you step outside. The winds a little calm, just about 8 miles per hour, so you may feel a gust or 2 come your way. Here are the temperatures all across the valley for you right now when you step outside. 43 degrees right now in Laveen, 47 degrees in Scottsdale, a degree higher in Tempe at 48 degrees, 46 in Anthem, 51 degrees in Cave Creek, also 51 degrees right now in Fountain Hills. I'll step out so you can see Santan Valley and Queen Creek at 44 degrees across the board there, also in Apache Junction as well. Here's your Valley Planner for you to see how the morning and the afternoon shapes up. So we'll stay in the 40s through most of the morning, but the upper 40s. So maybe a light jacket when you step outside and take the dog for a walk. Then by 10 a.m., 57 degrees. So nice and cool, but sunny skies come back our way. And then by 2 p.m., we'll be in the 70s at 70 degrees and we'll warm up just a little bit from there. Our forecast and high today is 73 degrees with mostly sunny skies, maybe a little bit of clouds just just like you saw yesterday afternoon, and some of those clouds are lingering around this morning. Here, let's look across the state now at the forecasted highs today. 61 degrees in Sedona along the rim and Payson, 57 degrees, 74 degrees there in Quartzsite, 66 degrees in Kingman for you today, 47 in Page, 53 in Window Rock, 55 degrees in Cholo, and 67 degrees in Safford. I do want to walk you through Futurecast because we do have a weak disturbance that's moving through, and it could bring some rain and some snow to the high country. And we're also seeing those clouds right here in the Phoenix area. As I put Futurecast into motion, you can see when those storms start to peak into the northern portions of our state. This is tonight at 9 p.m. with Futurecast. And as I move it through a little bit more, you can see it really start to ramp up there in the overnight hours tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. So there you see that snow and that rain all up in the high country there before it moves out, and those clouds and those breezes mostly come into the valley. We've also put Futurecast into motion until Wednesday at 6 p.m. where we see more snow coming our way as well to the higher terrain. So keep that in mind. We have a couple systems that could bring some disturbances that will keep you updated on. Now today, though, here in the valley, 73 degrees. Again, your forecast and high today. So a beautiful day on tap for you. We'll still stay in the upper 40s, though, for those overnight lows. And then to start your work week tomorrow, that's when some of those breezes kick up from that storm system that's bringing that rain and potential snow to the high country. Your forecasted high there, 72 degrees, and we dipped into 46 degrees into those overnight hours. Come Tuesday, we definitely see some beautiful sunny skies for us there at 70 degrees. We actually dip below the 70s to 69 degrees on hump day on Wednesday, with those breezes returning as well. So Monday and Wednesday, expect some higher breezes. Then Thursday, 70 degrees, but then look at this warm up that we have. Friday, 73 degrees, and then Saturday, 77 degrees, just getting really close to those 80s. But hey, we're not there yet, Nohalani.
Arizona's putting on that show this week, though. Thanks, Megan. There could be some big changes for people who fly with emotional support animals. The government is proposing some new rules that would cover which animals airlines must allow. So Joe lets you know that the government is asking for your opinion, and it's really an opportunity that all flyers should be taking advantage of.
Some people do have a hard time flying, and an animal with them makes it easier. For years, airlines have been forced to allow it. There was Daniel, the emotional support duck. There have been pigs, even a peacock, which was denied. Recently, it happened in Phoenix.
I've flown with Kai several times.
Zachary's support dog not allowed on a flight because it's a pit bull.
Understand the demeanor of the dog and not look at the breed of the animal.
I've heard from some of you about emotional support animals, from passengers who bring them to passengers who have to deal with them. Now's your chance to let your opinions make a difference. You may have seen the government's new proposals. Basically, airlines would no longer be required to accept emotional support animals, only dogs that must be trained as service animals. And all passengers with service animals must fill out additional forms related to the dog's health and behavior. So what do you think? The Department of Transportation says the rules would reduce the likelihood passengers will be able to falsely claim their pets are service animals. Is it a problem? Does it need more regulation? The government's given us 60 days to weigh in on this, and I can hear you now. Why should I even bother? They're not going to listen. I say if you don't give your opinion now, then don't argue about the outcome later. Go to abc15.com/letjoeknow for more details and helpful links. I'm investigator Joe Ducey. Got a problem? Let me know.
Always telling us like it is. Thanks, Joe. The taste for plant-based proteins is surging, and it's giving us a taste of what's to come for consumers. Plus, the search for a suspected arsonist continues in Phoenix. The one clue investigators say could be the key to finding this guy. It's a beautiful morning out there. Take advantage of it. We're going to show you how much we're warming up today in that full forecast.
Welcome back to ABC 15 Mornings, and we have a crime alert for you. Phoenix police hoping you can help them figure out who set 5 cars on fire at a car dealership. It happened earlier this month near Buckeye and 15th Avenue. The person goes from car to car, setting each one on fire. Police pointing out, though, the suspect's sleeve actually caught on fire, too.
At one point, their sleeve, the right sleeve, caught on fire, and we don't know if their skin was burned or not, but it's quite possible it was. So someone might know someone who recently suffered a burn on their right forearm, and maybe that'll be the clue that breaks this case open.
And maybe you have the clue as well. You might know who this person is. You can help by calling Silent Witness at 480-WITNESS.
That's what you call karma. The holidays are over, but the need is still very much there. St. Mary's Food Bank is looking for volunteers to continue to provide 250,000 meals a day. The food bank especially needs people to help build boxes for seniors in need. They're looking for volunteers every Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. and 1 p.m., and also on Saturdays at 8 a.m. and noon. The shifts are about 90 minutes long, and they need up to 150 people per shift. So if you're interested, you can call the number that is on your screen right there, and also find St. Mary's Food Bank online. If you are an Amazon Prime member, here's another perk that you can take advantage of. Prime is offering its grocery delivery service called Amazon Fresh for free to Prime members in cities worldwide. The previous monthly fee of $14.99, no more. It's gone now. You just go on Amazon, you enter your zip code to see if Fresh is even available in your area. And if it is, a local courier is going to deliver to your door within 2 hours. You do have to have an order, though, of at least $35.
I'm so excited. I did see the $14.99 fee, and I was like, I'm not doing that. Now, well, I might.
It's so easy. That's so helpful for moms, too, who can't haul all the kids to the store. It's too much. This is going to make a lot of lives easier in a lot of ways. Impossible Foods, Beyond Meat, you know the names by now. It's pretty easy to see that plant-based meat alternatives are really starting kind of a meatless revolution.
It's the options for everyone, right? In fact, sales grew 11% in the last several years. The demand is so high, there's even a shortage. A lot of people are looking to make their diets healthier and reduce the impact on the environment, but don't want to sacrifice taste, of course.
Absolutely only categorically care about meat eaters.
A report from the United Nations also showed that with the growing popularity, 60% of our meat probably won't be coming from animals within the next 20 years. Very interesting. Hey, snuggle up with your sweetie and spend time just enjoying each other. Today is National Spouses Day.
National Spouses Day is not about exchanging gifts, but rather spending time together, a little precursor to Valentine's Day, and just another reminder to appreciate one another.
And sometimes it's better than Valentine's Day, because it's become such a let's buy each other this and get flowers and sending flowers here and making, it's too much sometimes. So I think that is a great reminder just to be like, let's just hang out. Let's
time is always the best gift you can give.